Now, class 9, history, slave dynasty. The Delhi Sultanate. The Delhi Sultanate, I was continuing it since my last few class. Today, the slave dynasty, 1206 to 1290, the time period when the slaves dynasty ruled. Now, Kutubuddin Aibak, as his master's lieutenant, had crushed a number of rebellions. Okay. Now that I told you in my previous class. Today the Tughlaq dynasty 1320-1414. 4 years after Alauddin's death, his dynasty was replaced by another dynasty. After 4 years of Alauddin's death, his dynasty was replaced by another dynasty. It was Ghazi Malik, another general in revolt. Another general who started his revolt is known as Ghazi Malik, who put an end to the rule of the Khalzis. That Ghazi Malik, he became very rebellious and he put an end of the rule of the Khaljis. He ascended the throne in 1320 and took the title of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. In 1325 he died when a victory pavilion built for a public reception in his honor collapsed. It collapsed and he died. Now Muhammad Tughlaq, 1325 to 1351. Muhammad Tughlaq was a man of considerable ability and the only sultan to have received good education. Now Muhammad Tughlaq was a man of considerable ability and he was the only sultan who had good education. He was a person with innovative ideas, which however led him to ruin. He had many innovative ideas. The ideas were very innovative, but which ultimately led him to ruin. Taxation in Doab. He wanted to raise the revenue by 5 to 10% by increasing the land tax and a few other taxes. He wanted to raise the revenue to 5 to 10% by increasing the land tax and a few other taxes. In 1326, he increased the taxation in the Doab. Doab means the territory between river Ganga and Yamuna. Unfortunately, at this very time, there occurred a severe famine because of failure of rains. And unfortunately, at that time, there occurred a severe famine. The people offered resistance, but the Sultan's officers continued to release taxes mercilessly, continued to collect the taxes mercilessly. The cultivators were therefore forced to abandon their lands. They were forced to abandon the land. The sultans tried to help the cultivators by giving them loans. Then the sultan understood somehow his faults and started to give them loans to buy seeds, bullocks, etc. Arrangements were also made for the digging of wells for irrigation purposes, but the scheme failed. The grants of loans came late. He issued grants of loans, but it came late. Since people had nothing to eat, they utilized the loans to meet their basic needs. As a result, even the usual revenue could not be realized from Doab. So, as a result of that, as the condition became very worse, the usual revenue also could not be collected from Doab. Now, transfer of capital. In 1327, Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to transfer his capital from Delhi to Devgiri. Now, Devgiri, and now it is known as Daulatabad, with a view to having the capital situated in the middle of his kingdom. Moreover, Delhi was continuously threatened by Mongol raids. The Sultan wanted the capital town be at safer distance from the invaders. the Sultan ordered people to shift to Devagiri. He was bent upon taking all the inhabitants of Delhi to the new capital. No one liked the forced move. So he forced the people, he decided to transfer his capital from Delhi to Devagiri. Now, no one liked this forced move. In fact, Daulatabad was more than 1,500 kilometers away from Delhi. The people suffered greatly from fatigue, hardship, and mental torture. The scheme was a complete failure. The whole scheme of transferring the capital was a complete failure. As soon as the Sultan was convinced of the failure of the scheme, he ordered the people to return their home in Delhi. So once he decided to transfer from the Delhi to Daulatabad, people started to change their home, everything from Delhi to Daulatabad. Horses, their pets, everything. And as a result of the old people, the children, they were the most sufferers. As the people, they could not, many people died while transferring from Delhi to Daulatabad. Then he decided again to go back to to Delhi. Then another scheme, token currency. In 1329, the Sultan introduced the token currency by proclaiming that brass and copper coins could have the same use or function as that of gold and silver coins. Now, the Sultan introduced token currency by proclaiming that brass and copper had the same value as the gold and silver. This experiment also failed. Soon the gold and silver coins disappeared from the market, and forged copper coins manufactured by people at their homes came into circulation. Trade and business came to a standstill. All these failures affected the prestige of the sovereign and led to widespread discontent. All these failures, transfer of capital, token currency, and taxation of the Dawab, all these measures taken by Muhammad bin Tughlaq was complete failure, and it affected the prestige of the sovereign and led the widespread discontent. It fomented repeated rebellions in many parts of the kingdom. Repeated rebellions. Muhammad Tughlaq died while fighting rebellion in Sindh in 1351. Now today up till this, in my next class, the latter part of the Delhi Sultanate. Okay, my students, go through it in a very nice way. Okay, see you in my next class. Thank you.